Huskar specifically, you know, into something like a Terrorblade. He's got some intense magic damage. But yeah.
I don't think we'll see a Pango.
Well, I mean, Pango against Huskar actually might not be.
Sure, it's good control, rolling around with the Thunder. And
there's
the G hero.
Lena's very good against Huskar. So yeah, the fact that Lena was still there, and that makes me wonder if they just assumed that was going to be a Puck mid. But yeah, you can't do that because Puck could definitely play off lane. That's.
Well, we saw Lena play very well yesterday, even though.
Yeah, Mikke played it. Yeah, it's for me, it's sort of on this. I would say not as bad as Quap, but it's on that tier that this hero, it just has to go off. And G, as I mentioned earlier in the draft, this was one of his heroes. You know, the G Lena. Like I feel much more confident in G having a good time on the Lena than he did on an OD, even though OD is the more meta hero because it's G. Yeah. This is his style. The Razors, the Lenas, the Quaps, heroes that he can just get in, take over a mid lane, and just dominate the game.
All right. So who had the better draft?
Lena's a superior lane matchup against Huskar. G set up to have a great game.
I mean, let's look at loot.bet. I mean, that's basically 50-50. You put $1 on OBG, you're at $1.88. You put $1 on Pango, you're at $1.79. And if you actually go to our website, you go into Twitch chat, you'll find a link. If you use Valentine's Day, you're going to get a bonus. So who's your money on, Pixel? Who you got?
I got to stick with all but gold. I mean, I feel like it's going to be a bit of a repeat of game one. It's the Terrorblade versus Anti-Mage, and I think G Lena, like he should, he definitely has it in him to give us the same performance as he did on the Razor.
Both core matchups are superior here for All But Gold. I got to go with them again.
And on my side, I think that team that showed up in game 2 is the real team. So give me Pango. Let's see what we got.
Let's find out indeed what's going to happen. Nice split on the panel / couch, bench, bed. What do you think, though? We're back to the Kuman Anti-Mage versus the Illidan Terrorblade, and
3 games of Terrorblade.
3 games
My
of Terrorblade.
favorite.
We do have G back on a hero that he's very happy with, the Lena, of course. Can't wait to see him perform that. We have all the classics coming back. Would have loved to see Lena versus Queen of Pain, but unfortunately, that's not happening.
Yeah, that's vintage right there. It's a fine wine.
Yeah.
I like the Lena as well, just because you have an overlap now for the defensive disruption. And it's difficult to play against heroes like AM if, you know, let's say he gets silenced, right? But then he's disrupted. If you have no follow-up after that, it can be very difficult to take him out. And now you've at least got that capability. You have Earth Spirit as well. You're going to have no problems hunting and slaying enemy heroes here. And Huskar previously was a bit better against Lena, but now that you have no magic resist whatsoever on your E, Lena spells do real serious damage. Earth Spirit's the best rotator in Dota at the moment, so look for them to put a heavy emphasis on shutting down this Huskar mid.
Is Huskar not quite okay against the Terrorblade later on, though? You can jump in and do your thing to push them all out. You know, disarm him for a little bit.
It's not bad.
It sounds nice.
It's not good.
Oh, well.
You just need too many items as a Huskar, and the problem is you have no natural farming mechanic. You're very reliant on having a dominant performance in your laning matchup, and just don't know if that's going to be possible here. Your supports are so much weaker than the enemies.
Do you agree with, by the way, the odds being slightly even?
Yeah, I think so. I would probably give a larger edge to the the golden oldies.
Yeah.
Golden girls, whatever, you know, Dire team.
To the Dire team. Old but gold. Vanskor beginning with 4 stacks of the poison.
I'm just surprised neither team is looking to experiment a bit more. Like this, you know, their qualifiers for minors and majors are done with, and they're still just not. Like this feels like a repeat of game 1 with a couple of tweaks.
But it's not even elimination. Like the winner of this goes to the upper bracket, the loser to the lower bracket. It's like it's the opening match. So you do have second. Better yet, you even have a 3rd chance in the 1st round because everybody guarantees plays 3 series.
Didn't we see AM Huskar yesterday and it looked absolutely abysmal? What's to make us think this will be any different? Like you don't really have that pure initiator. CK kinda counts, but not the same. Vanskor is not going to be able to juke that poison. I don't think a 6th really matters. He's not going to die here.
No, he is a very tanky hero on itself, especially with some of the stacks on him. DK.
Look how well these lanes are going for the Dire team. These first couple of waves firmly in their favor.
Oh, that I mean, if we look at the last hits, it's like 4 or 5 last hits. That's easily remedied, right?
They have twice as many last hits in every lane.
50%. No, 100%. 150%. All right.
200%.
200%. That was first blood. Vanskor actually just ended up killing himself. See, it looks like the Dire kills Vanskor. Do you see that?
I do.
That shouldn't happen.
I think it's a bug because first blood hasn't been activated, so they can't give credit to Radiant because it would count as first blood. Might be just a bug in the coding.
Oh, and then last time it also was the pink player doing it. Maybe it's just when pink dies.
Possible. I think it's more of a magenta. As well. Pink, it's more magenta or fuchsia.
What? Magenta is way more red. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I was just naming colors.
And if you say fuchsia, that is more like purple.
What?
This
Wait,
is literally like
fuchsia?
Yeah, that's a plant.
It's fuchsia. Fuchsia.
No.
Say that again?
No. Valor will be first blood, actually. Ooh, Kuman, though.
Oh, no,
jumping forward, he
that.
will still die because BCZ gets the vision with that creep chasing him down. 1 for 1, actually. With the first blood going to Slayer, is that even worth losing your anti-mage for? At least he comes back with full health.
Yeah. He would have certainly preferred the first blood. I think he lives there if he blinks back. But instead he just like blinked forward because he wasn't sure that that last tick of the Frost Armor auto attack would have been able to kill. Ghostic.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can stand and go toe-to-toe against that. That hurts. Now Zayac will try to chase him away from his core, but he will pay for that with his life.
Yeah, Vanskor.
Easy kill.
And the tip, my man. Oh, mid lane.
I think G is going to have fine time. Now he's a little low on mana, so can't get a Dragon Slave to finish Naive off. And now actually Zayac, she just respawned, going back middle in the meantime, bottom lane, the rolls forward. BCZ is getting chased down by Kuman. One more hit will do the trick, but he needs the vision. Can he get the vision? It doesn't look like it because Valor...
Spells come up soon.
Yeah, Pango, Slayer, got it. One more hit, Slayer. No, there is gonna be no kill today for the Pango. Well, there was, but it was middle, so that doesn't actually count it for the bottom lane.
G got it first, though. They just manned up on each other, and Lina actually gets the XP for the kill.
Right.
I think you take that. He was out of mana as well, so this definitely favors Lina, who's already dominating that mid matchup.
Kills all over the map. Illidan has to be careful of his own illusions. They hurt, actually, a lot. Quite a bit, indeed. BCZ dies bottom again.
Why is he still there? He was at like a 50 HP trying to tango up, but catches a stun, just goes down. Ghostic as well. It's just a brawl.
It is a brawl. There is fights on all lanes. You know, we give the Observer a little bit of flack, but this is a tough game to observe. Everybody's dying all the time in all the places. That was actually a suicide. You see again, the Dire killed Valor, but it's not the Dire, actually. It's the Radiant.
Well, technically, it was his decision.
Yeah, but he didn't actually get the last hit. That was a tower.
I suppose. And we can get into the
semantics,
morality of assisted suicide later. For now, we'll focus on the game. 17, 18, and 1 on the Terrorblade. 11. Wow. Whoops. Doing fantastic. But this mid lane, I'm telling you, that's where I'm really focused on. The Huskar is actually jungling at the moment.
Yeah.
Lina with full control.
Runes. Runes are important to both teams. And Lich feels the hurt of that. He'll be the one dying on the Pango. The Pango does get control over those bottom runes, and now 4 stacks. Another Shadow Poison, making it 5, but it's still not enough to kill him off. But Ghostic with the stun gets the kill in the end. Now forces Illidan to move away from Zayac as well. So the bottom lane is in control for the time being, which means that until the teleport happens, which will be happening fairly soon, one would imagine. There you go.
And Naive does not seem comfortable in this mid lane matchup.
No.
They were playing much better when he was actually allowed to be on that carry position of the Jug in the previous game. Seems lost.
It says the panel said, oh, wait a second, Slayer, he's level 3, and G is level 6. I mean, he doesn't even need to use ultimates or anything like that. Not that he had mana for that. Well, now he does, but yeah, easy kill there. Very low on the old HP count. But the panel said, like, you got your stand-in. And the stand-in has a top 3 of heroes. One is anti-mage, one's Queen of Pain.
Third?
What is the third? We will never know. Maybe in the next round we'll find out. Actually, I hope for the Pango that we don't, because I hope for the Pango that they can play with their normal again, because as you said, NaVi is way more comfortable on these carry heroes. And we saw in previous game, he had such a good time as well. Nice catch there. The sentry ward, of course, catching him out. He still jumps forward. Wants to go for G here with the shield coming out as well by Slayer. They should be able to take him down. ZyODPixel might die in return for this if the creep gets his wish, but ZyODPixel has a salve, so he will be okay. And do you think Earthspirit could still do something? He kind of let it happen in the end, but I guess he can't really save his teammate there.
That would be difficult. The only one who could really respond, I think, would have been a TP from BZZ, but I believe he ported to the bottom lane, so still on cooldown. Yeah, they had good vision there, too. You had a lane ward down middle. You had the high ground.
Yep.
But they go for a kill, perhaps a bit early. Huskar has a lot more health than you realize, especially when he skips boots to go double bracer belt.
Yeah.
1,400 HP already. It's 7 minutes into the game.
Thank you, boy, indeed. What a battlefield this game is. Is that favoring anybody in specific? Bye, Fanscore. Like, is there one? Because we're back in.
That depends.
Back to square one, right? Game 1 as well. We had Anti-Mage versus Terrorblade, and late game you can make a case for either one, I guess.
I'd say love is a battlefield, so whichever team is more experienced with that, probably going to have the edge here. It is Valentine's Day.
No, it's not Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Madness. Valentine's Day is Thursday.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Doomstone going up. Kuman having a bit of trouble there. He's forced to blink away. He tries to go for the mana. He did get it, actually. I barely saw that, but the puck does end up dropping from it. ZyODPixel getting the shield up from his teammate, but it doesn't matter one bit because he'll still die. And actually, Slayer now getting chased. He does dodge the roll, but he is in a very tough position. He gets some help from a hasted Kuman. Kuman, you can't do this.
Yeah, he not only that, he missed a couple of attacks there as well.
And puck comes back as well. So if BZZ, yeah, the Dream Coil, that's absolutely worth using for. Why did he come back? You cannot, like, oh yeah, he saves the Lich. Congratulations, you saved your position 5 actually. So not worth.
Not worth indeed. That's
a little bit messy. That's what
carries getting picked off and making silly mistakes that lead to their demise seems to be the tale of this tournament thus far for both of these sides.
The game of the series, do you mean, or you mean the whole tournament? Because
no, just these two teams.
Okay.
Just these two teams.
Of the series, guys. Don't worry. Yesterday was fine.
Questionable. But it still is a pretty fairly even game. No lane has more than 2 CS as the difference between the cores.
Yep.
Same with the supports, actually.
Everybody is up in each other's business all the time. This Vanscore, I think he just came by to place a ward. We'll die for it, but
feels like this is the Vanscore
we've seen before. Did he even get a ward out? He did not.
He did not.
Oh, the odds got changed.
Favoring Pango now. I don't blame him, but
by that much?
I don't know. I feel like the Terrorblade should be good. Has it been 3 games of Terrorblade in a row for Illidan?
And we did have the 2 different Illadins show up, so who knows which one it is this time, right?
That's a good point.
We won't know until later on. That's the beauty of it. That's the game of Dota right here.
That's what makes our job so complicated.
It's not black and white, that is for sure. The grid there holding BZZ in place, but he still has to be able to, has the time to jump away afterwards with the orb still going on with level 1.
Yeah, I like
the gaze, I guess.
I like that he maxed silence. It's really good in a game like this. You can prevent the Huskar from, like, there's a lot of heroes that you want to stop from spellcasting as a puck. It gives you that little bit of time to reposition to ensure you don't just feed immediately
3 versus
after.
3, NaVi might be in some trouble with BZZ teleporting in. He is trying to make the odds go into his favor, and NaVi getting shielded
nice
up.
coil.
Dream Coil there as well, indeed. Holding Slayer in place. Oh, that was not necessary, G, but, you know, it's okay.
He wants the last hit. At 165 gold, you can buy some tangos and a clarity with that. It's
big. But no, that's actually, I mean, it's a relatively short cooldown, just a minute.
And they get a lot of pressure. I like that play. They smoked for that, and it was around the catapult wave. Really important to try and get that extra bonus damage on the tower. It should possibly be able to secure it, but it's tough. Huskars are respawning.
You know what is a big difference in this game, actually? ZyODPixel is level 4, Slayer's level 4, and on the other side, you already got Airspirit being level 6, and level 5 on the Undying as well. Level-wise, Ultimate Gold is doing quite well for themselves. Definitely compared to Pango.
Kuman with an edge on Illidan as well. It's kind of surprising, but that's just the strength of CK. You know, it's a reason it was picked once again for Ghostik. This hero was banned in almost every game I saw in the NA minor qualifiers, and there's good reason for that. After the changes, especially the buffs to Midas specifically, this hero seems real powerful. He's just gonna kill this tower with 2 heroes underneath it.
Oh.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. But at least, I mean, you're forcing a third. That is the state right now. We do have the CK being backed up, though. There's quite a few people of the Pango on that side of the map. In the meantime, Antimate is still farming, and he is still on top of the net worth. Overall, this game is still being kept fairly even with kills happening left and right. Towers, every tower is still standing for the moment. We do have Shadow Demon actually trying to find a pickoff here up the high ground. NaVi, is he ready to jump forward? He will indeed jump forward, with the stun actually missing for that. Will Valor live? No, he will not, but neither will that Huskar from NaVi. And now Ghostik having that magnetize on him actually hurts, with G this time hitting the stun. 2 for 1, worthy trade for sure for Old But Gold, but Kuman coming in, looking for a kill on the G. The Mana Void not actually doing enough damage, and G will end up dying to the Shadow Poison of ZyODPixel. With G being there, or with Kuman being there for the kill, who do you favor? I guess still mid Old But Gold, but because they get 2 cores over core and support, but it did force some, and Terrorblade can farm constantly, so yeah, it's Old But Gold. The
troubling factor is the Shadow Demon effect with the CK. It just, you know, instead of a Pangolier to complement this Animage, you have a real stun, and more importantly, a hero that'll scale easier and can run in and be your frontliner, along with the Huskar. It's just an easier game for Kuman to play, and most notably, the 2 supports. Shadow Demon might actually be able to get the disruption off on the Terrorblade, because he's not going to just be fearing for his life as this whole team's frontline melts away. He's left exposed, alone in the river somewhere.
So Ghostik is the front line, or Huskar, because Huskar was NaVi, just jumped in, just no fear, just go.
Yeah, it's just a natural way to play the game exists, whereas in the first game of this series, it just felt tough for Pango to do anything. You had an AM constantly off map, and then you have these 3, 4, 5 squishy indie heroes just watching.
Ghostik is the target of a lot of hatred for Old But Gold. They are rotating all their heroes to this bottom lane. Shadow Demon is on his way as well. At least Antimate is farming top, but he has a tower to teleport to still. If there is a fight, though, it will be without this Shadow Demon. Now Ghostik looking for his target. Silence for the moment again, getting stunned up again. Lich Ultimate not really doing all too much, and that's the 2nd kill for the side of Old But Gold. And they should be able to just finish the tower off the back of it, but at the same time,
this is what we saw yesterday. There's a Huskar and an Animage, and neither one is looking to get involved. Yeah. So why take this fight, no Pango? Like, why? Why do it?
The 2 cores. NaVi, I guess NaVi is playing also the way that he would normally in a career. Because should he have gotten involved there or not? Or did he make the right play?
I'm fine with the decision, because as soon as you're initiated on, that tomb goes down. The 1 hero dies, like everyone's gone. I'm surprised that the Huskar went treads over FaZe. I feel like FaZe is too good to pass up on the hero, but it's not something I really play very often. So, I mean, Kuman's game great. He will continue to skyrocket up in the net worth. He's got to just make sure he continues to play mistake-free, because he still dies to an Earth Spirit plus Puck plus Lina quite easily. Late game, you will get outscaled by the Terrorblade most likely, but for now, you're feeling good.
But you can maybe itemize for that as well? Are we going to see him go for, I mean, we see here, it's no BKB or Lincoln's in his, on the horizon for him, but do you feel like he should go for either one of the 2? Lina has a lot of magical damage as well as Puck and Earth Spirit.
I think it might be a BKB Animage game, to be honest. You got so many stuns on the enemy lineup, and more importantly, that Puck coil now leashing you, thus preventing your blink. The AM versus Puck matchup is a lot different than newer viewers might be used to seeing, because, you know, for 10 years or so, you just see this guy blink away, get stunned, but he'd be hiding in the trees somewhere. Anymore. Exactly, and it lasts quite some time.
Yeah.
I think you hit a timing with like 4th item BKB on the AM. Your CK is pretty fat, and you end up hard initiating, and there's no real counterplay from the Dire lineup. You don't have any pure save, nothing to peel anybody BKB away from your allies, unless, of course, you get an Ags up on Puck, but I expect that will take some significant time to come online.
Oh, indeed. A little bit of a break from all the action here in this. Okay, never mind. They do get the tower denied on the side of Old But Gold. They might actually have to pay with BCZ's life, but he does jump forward on his puck, and now also Illidan rotating in to try and help out and kill off Kuman, because if they can catch this anti-mage, that would be huge. Ooh, that Lich Ultimate is actually doing a lot, Kuman.
Oh,
Dream Coil misses.
So close.
Kuman has another blink available in a second. He's actually going to show himself Mana Void to make sure that BCZ is not going to give chase, and Kuman is fine. Slayer's life, wow, what's worth it? G's still finding a target though with the Yules up in the air from Kuman, the stun to follow up. There's no escape as the Laguna Blade will take him out.
That was a bit overeager by Kuman. He was going to try and
teleport out.
He wanted to farm in back towards the left and be efficient and hit his bottom shrine and root, but like the Lena's not showing. Is it really worth that risk? I would have much preferred to see him just TP bottom shrine. It's one of those scenarios where, yeah, maybe only 20–30% of the time will the Lena be there killing you, but yeah, you make it easy for him. It's a big kill. You were ahead, but AM loses a lot of time. Space for Illidan to get himself back into fighting shape here, moving in the second position on net worth. And a big kill for G as well. He got a level off that.
Yeah, he rotated in and made it worth it. In terms of Roshan, surely Pango should have tried to secure it. Yeah, they have a Huskar. Isn't that quite good against Roche? BZZ getting gazed. Still gets a phase shift off, but no blink for him. Vanscore did try to help out, put the tombstone up as well. G is close by as well, but they are outnumbered.
Careful. I mean,
you have to be so careful. Anti-mage in the meantime in the bottom lane is taking a large amount of damage, but might be able to hide near the tower.
Yeah, but they're just baiting this tombstone. And that's why it's questionable to me that they pop the ult there on Ghostic. Like, I mean, heads up play, you expect maybe Old But Gold would chase there, but they recognize once the cooldown gets popped, you can't invade the enemy side of this terrain, and you never want to walk into a high ground tombstone. So the Pango make a wise decision to just go finish off that top tier 2.
You know, we can call them gold if you want.
I like calling them old.
Okay,
I think old's more acceptable.
Oh.
Or more relevant, I suppose.
Fair enough.
I mean, how long has the BZZ Pugnus set been a meme?
I mean, it's been quite a long time. Terrorblade is not, yeah, now he is. He's actually teleporting to the shrine. They're going to try to catch more than just the Lich on the side there. Another support should go down here with the Dream Coil being used. Yes, Illidan will just be here to farm instead. 2 supports for that is nice as well, and they did keep their tower defended as well.
Yeah, but you can see the gold advantage did not change because they were just losing supports.
Yeah.
And something that I bring up probably once or twice an event, they have changed the net worth comeback gold differential, and it's now about individual hero net worth on the Slayer versus the Slain, whereas previously it was on the team net worth disparity. Yeah. So when you kill off these low net worth supports, it just doesn't affect the bottom line nearly as much as it would have in the past.
Small comfort for supports, because they'll still end up dead though. But every little bit helps. Also, in terms of the net worth disparity between these teams, there's only 2K difference. And actually, Naive here by looking for GG. That's the Yules off instead. There's the Lich close by as well. The Saruman GG is just trying to hide. It is nighttime, but it's not going to be enough. He didn't, I don't know, that was a little bit of pathing going wrong right there.
That's a bad part of the map for me as well. I know how G feels about that area.
Yeah.
Pathing and item dropping even can be a bit complex.
Yeah, I remember. Yule Scepters. Or, I don't know, sometimes you just don't want them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Veil. Is he? Yeah, he's going, no, he's going Atos on the Undying. Ooh.
Why? I guess more follow-up for Lena?
You know, to anyone watching who's considering becoming an analyst, if someone's buying Atos, an appropriate response is always, wait, why is he doing that?
No,
because
if there's a Pudge in the game, you got like, more hooks.
No, it's...
If there's an ice path, more ice paths on point.
I challenge you to find a scenario where Atos is the item you want. Like, you drop a scenario where there isn't a better item. There's always a better item than Atos. It's too damn expensive.
Oh, actually, BZZ, he jumped forward, gets cased instantly, does get the silence up. Nice
coil.
Dream Coil up on 3. Goes instantly, gets out of that though. Laguna Blade, that is a Lich down, but he balled back. He is going to be back in this fight anytime now. Kuman, he'll focus that Tombstone first. And Illidan joining this fight as well. He has to be careful, still has that ult up if he needs. So 1-for-1 now as the Slayer is back. Kuman, ooh, Mana Void. I'm not sure what that was the play. He still had a lot of mana on that puck though. Lich Ultimate flying through, the fight's kind of dying down with nobody really getting the result they wanted. A lot of resources expanded for this, but I mean, at some point you just gotta let it go. What a weird fight.
Yeah, what was that, a 2-for-1? Yeah, with the Lich buying back. Value Shrine by Old Good Gold, and Pango is gonna use their own shrine in their top jungle.
Not worth the buyback.
No, but both the advantage for the Pango is just that the AM's farming patterns are more efficient than the Terrorblade for quite some time, especially the way Illidan's playing. Like, he's still farming with illusions versus like farming woods and trying to aggro cut waves. In addition, you have a Midas on the CK.
Oh, Naive is alive for the moment, saved by ZyODPixel.
Oh no.
Light Strike Array doesn't follow up on point. 4-second stun there as well from Ghostic. Should be enough to finish him off, and indeed it is. Illidan trying to run from this one. Kuman is in the trees. He's going for this Earth Spirit. And actually now gets completely outnumbered by the side of Old But Gold.
Nice disruption though.
Yeah,
might
but
save him.
I'm not sure if that will save him. It will save Naive, or at least buy some time for Naive to get some more damage out. He does manage to take out Illidan's Terrorblade and chase everybody away so that Kuman can live to see another day. Armlet toggling for his life there on Naive, who is not yet done. He's jumping forward, wants to get Van Score. Maybe he should have been done though, because at that point also G on his Lina was already back in the fight, and he made Naive pay for that first kill that we saw happen. And now Kuman, he shouldn't have been here. And oh my god, the dodge! Managed to get that happen, and that Mana Void was actually doing some damage. Also a lot of damage done to G, who's still trying to fly back to the fountain. He does have no buyback anymore, because he just used it to get back in the fight. Now Valor, he rolls back in.
Oh my god,
Oh, that was a misplay there. Nice disruption from ZyODPixel as well. 3 stacks of poison. Not enough to take him out though, and in the meantime Illidan's already back, as his fight is lasting long enough for that.
I still have like what Illidan's game impact and his net worth just feels so subpar. And ZyODPixel, like this is why people they judged Pango for their performance in the major. They did not do well, but ZyODPixel is such a key component to this team's success. His disruption, he saved Huskar, he saved AM, he's able to then once again save the Animage outside of the base. Like, he single-handedly won that fight for his team.
He did.
Ghostic, of course, with the great initiation, but I mean, what he walked in, casted some stuns, a hell of a lot easier to make that move on this CK, and it's again surprising that he was able to get it once again.
I like watching the Pango, but they didn't do good enough to make it to the major either. They didn't even make it to the minor.
Huh?
The Pango. This major. Cup coming.
Oh,
major.
you're right. They were at the minor. That's why. They were at I meant the Bucharest minor was where they were, and they underperformed.
Yeah, but they didn't even make it to the upcoming minor. Old But Gold did.
Really? This was the finals, right?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
It happened all yesterday.
Yeah. Then this was the finals. Maybe the teams. I don't know. What? You're looking at me, Sheever. I feel like I'm missing something here.
I mean, you're talking the Pango up, but at the same time, I mean, I know that ZyODPixel is a legit good player.
I'm trying to stay positive, all right?
Wow, that would be a...
Look, this is how it works. The Pango is winning. The Pango's winning. I'm now a fan of Team Pango.
Okay.
They lose this fight, though.
Actually, they are not losing this fight, or are they? Kuman was able to get a nice kill there on BCZ, and they also get the kill on the Earth Spirit. Now Naive, he's not done. He's jumping forward. The silence, or rather disarm on Illidan is there. He can't do anything. Does make sure that the shrine is popped, keeping him alive for a little while longer. He does not have a Sunder anymore, just used it. They just timing off from the stun again from G, and they kill off the Terrorblade. Wait, why did he go back? Did I just saw that
No,
wrong?
he just died to the burn damage.
Oh.
He had like 6 or 7 or 8 spears on him.
Oh, my bad. That's a buyback from BZZ.
Yeah, this game is pretty much snowballing out of control. And it's just the power of these multiple strength heroes. It just feels like this. You look at the lineup of the Pango, right? Not only do you have a hard save mechanic, but you've got 2 incredibly beefy frontliners and then an elusive core in the Animage. The Dire lineup, everyone's so squishy. Sure, Terrorblade's got a Sunder, but like you saw, he didn't even get an auto attack off. He sundered, he kept running away, dies anyway. There's no real way to brute force your way into a fight. You need some sort of pick-off or initiation advantage, but like, how? What's the plan? You can't kill the frontliners of the Pango. You've got a Puck and an Earth Spirit. You throw out your spell combos, and they're still alive and kicking.
So is it a problem for All But Gold that they do not have those frontliners?
Yeah, I would argue, yeah. I think you need a strength hero or two.
Ooh,
oh. Did G not have stun? Or he might have been saving stun in hopes he didn't. Oh.
Bye.
Right.
G has actually been off point with his stuns a couple of times. That was a Puck dead by a Lich and a CK. I guess there's quite a bit of disable between the two of them. So
this one looks actually just dead. This is just over, it feels. I don't know how you get back into this if you're Old But Gold. And it's just, again, the benefit of drafts like the Pango. It's so hard to make mistakes. Your Huskar is 3,500 HP and a BKB with armlet pops. Like, how do you actually stop this?
That is the question. And I'm sure that All But Gold would love to hear the answer to that one, because they need every little piece of advice and help that they can get.
And fourth item, BKB Anti-Mage. Look at me. I'm a regular carry player. And now you're at a point where there's nothing you can do to stop this guy. And it's the perfect itemization. You've hit a peak timing. You've got BKB on the Huskar as well. Ghost Stick's huge. It's time to just walk down lanes. And looks like Illidan will continue to do what he's done in both games 2 and 3, which is wander around, spamming Reflection, and watching his base die.
Oh, you were actually criticizing. Oh, again, Kuman with the jukes. But you were criticizing him for not spamming out his illusions and wandering the lanes enough.
No, I mean, no. He's not.
Oh.
He's not doing it.
As well, only hits twice though.
And
now he comes in hopefully to fight and help his team out. Naive, popped this BKB for that, trying to get out. Should be fine. Here. And All But Gold, they're chasing. The Pango could make use of this. They could try and save Naive. Naive will get disrupted for the moment. Alive, Kuman jumping in as well. Mana Void again on BCZ, who already had buyback on cooldown and Illidan. He doesn't even get his Sunder off. He drops 4-second stun on Vanscore as well. It's just a nail in the coffin at this point, because the Pango is running away with this game. Valor getting disrupted. Zayac scouted him out on the high ground. Can't really ball away from that one. Zayac blocked his path. And all the chat lines coming out. And I think we are also going to see at least one lane of racks down. At least the tier 2 bottom is still standing. So they might have another fight in them later on, but I mean, they might even be able to make this 2 lane racks, or at least a tier 3 top that can die.
I love that voice line. Does it tingle?
Does it tingle? I can't do that actually. He has like a tremor in his voice as well. I can't copy.
Wait, is that a song or something? Or are you trying to copy Ledge?
No, I tried to copy Ledge.
Oh, that did not sound old and wizardly enough.
Exactly. Oh, every single time BCZ just jumps in and gets gazed. We saw some great coils from him, but he only gets those if someone else is the meat shield in the front line. And you know, he doesn't have that, as we just pointed out. That might have been the biggest drafting gap that All But Gold has this game. Where is the tank?
Yeah, there's a lot of games have been lost, and you know, it's simplifying Dota. You know, for fans at home, they're expecting us to bring some like deep-seated analysis. Bringing our years of experience to the table. But at the end of the day, folks,
anyone that have played World of Warcraft can see that this lineup is not good.
Yeah, I ever try and do 5-mans with no tank?
It's
impossible.
Horrible. It's horrible unless you severely outscale, but that's not going to happen in here. Because
well, Taylor Swift said, never say never. They could come back and win this game. It'll just take a couple of miscues.
Actually, there is a win percentage thing, remember? And,
and
it's never 100%. Rarely ever 100%. So there's always that 1%. And we have seen it before.
But we won't see it now.
We also mentioned that if All But Gold wins a fight, and let's say wins it handedly, they can turn that fight into a Roche, and they push mighty fast with a Terrorblade. Terrorblade can push real fast. And look, there's no buyback.
Okay,
every
died
time.
Again.
Every time. Did he get a bash or something? Must have had. Otherwise, a puck doesn't die to a single anti-mage. And BCZ at this point. That's also a downside from the puck, right? If puck dies a couple times, he gets behind so far that he doesn't do anything anymore.
Pretty much. And tier 2 is still standing, so
Yeah,
they won't be able to get megas, but I think you could look to just end game, no? Yeah, they will.
I mean, at least they're going to force this Undying to go back. Vanscore was pushing bottom lane. Naive now looking for a target. In the meantime, Kuman is already there in the back line. Vanscore can't even make it to his fountain. This game is about to be over, and it looks to go the way of the Pango. Triple kill for Naive. More buybacks happening. Gets a stun up. Naive is taking a lot of damage, and actually they get the anti-mage. Kuman dies because fountains are very scary.
But he gets the rampage. It's all worth it in the end.
It's fine. That's what they were doing all along. Buyback on the Lich as well. They are actually able to force him out of the base, though.
That's true.
And
now
that's a lot of money. We said earlier, pointing out again, that money you get is based on the amount of money the other player has.
Zark! Oh, he gets it with the illusions.
He does get it. But
well microed.
Anti-mage died. No buyback from anti-mage.
Ooh, that is gross. That's a terrible chip. The maggots clean you or claim you?
Probably claim you, because if you're dead and you're
oh, that's true. That's
if you're gonna get buried rather than
they actually were like they were used as antibiotics.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Burn victims are still treated with them at times.
Maggots.
Yes. Because they eat like the whatever.
Skin.
Yeah, stuff.
Yeah.
Bad stuff.
Dead skin. That's why you also still have those fish baths for your feet.
Oh, really?
In the beauty salons, it tickles like crazy, but
that's weird.
But they do, because all the little fish eat your dead skin of your feet.
Man, there's so many weird things like beauty regimens and things in China. There's like their ear cleaning salons, and they have like a collection of tools.
I've seen all those tools on Instagram a couple months ago. That was like every single commercial or every single account had one of those ear twirly things that you got.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, am I going to get lobotomized here, or are you just like getting me a little waxed gone?
It's so disgusting. All right.
There's people that drink their own pee and say it's good for you. That recycles the body's like natural energy or chi or something.
You're on a roll, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's all on the internet, okay?
The pee drinking. Welcome to the Valentine Madness, guys. What a lovely time I'm having here with Kyle. The Pango is feeling the love though, because they are they're doing good. They're
great transition.
They're on a cloud.
That's why you're a professional, Steve. The smoke comes out as well. 41-31, 23K. Really just a few moments away from probably the end of this game as they beeline for the enemy high ground.
Ooh, but they're gonna have to be careful there, because this, I mean, they can still turn it around. Naive getting stunned, getting caught there, but he gets, of course, disrupted. Zyarch once again on point. Now the fight is again very, very split. G is not getting anything off because Naive was in the right place at the right time. Vanscore did manage to put out his tombstone, but Kuman made sure that he took that one down first before he went on to kill the heroes on the side of Old But Gold, and Illidan, all he can do is run away. He didn't even try to bother using his metamorphosis. Now he does it, but he does it. Okay. What? That's a Terrorblade that is not offering anything in this fight. The fight's already over. All he uses metamorphosis and his BKB to run rather than to try and help his teammate, and that is a problem.
But BZZ, he's still alive. BZZ has stayed alive.
He's getting killed by the Shadow Demon. Oh no, he actually is trying. Oh, he's teleporting home.
Oh,
no, he's dead. Shadow Demon's eyes did get him in the end. But the GG gets called. We knew that that was coming a little while ago, but finally, Old But Gold, they recognize the predicament they're in, and that's GG. That's 2-1 in favor of Pango. That was the first time we made it to a 3-game series. And I am already seeing Rob in the background. He's doing a victory dance, which I'm sure he wants to do in front of the camera in a little bit as well. But first, any final thoughts on the series from you, Mr. Kyle?